Do you want to know the download size of Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered? Do you want to know maybe potentially the time it might release on the 21st of April? Do you want to hear some of the leaked rumours that it's already got a Twitch category, it's already got a Steam database ID number, and it's appearing for some people, or has, on the Xbox app? Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade. Let's go over the latest leaks. Hype once more. Let's go. So of course, as soon as I heard about the potential for it being on an Xbox store, I went and checked the website, but it didn't seem to appear. And as looks of things, it may have appeared on the Xbox app in certain regions a little earlier. There's a bunch of Twitter posts claiming this. Now again, these could be doctored, so I'm not really going to 100% say this is true. What we do know is though, a renowned data miner has suggested that the game's going to be 120 GB. You can find XOX Leaks page on X as well if you want to go and check it out for yourself, and he's suggesting as well that it will release tomorrow, just like I told you guys a couple days ago. It's all over Reddit as well. Now, to make this even juicier, Detective Seeds, the leaker that got kind of a bit of flack for wrongly predicting it might have came out on the 3rd and then the 10th of April, but then was the first person to suggest it would come out on the week of the 21st. He posted on Reddit that the Oblivion remake, remastered, whatever you want to call it, should be available tomorrow at 12 PM EST for purchase and download. Now, he was asked to remove this from Reddit, and someone basically being a hard ass about more of this confirming something else. I'm not sure why Detective Seeds did that, since he's leaked everything else. Why bother with that? But yeah, he pretty much hits out on Reddit moderators being a bit overzealous, and reiterates that if you wanted to find out such a thing, check out the XOX leak, and then further scroll to the comments from said data miner, and then these guys got a good reputation. Now that does fall in line with what other people are finding out using the virtual support from Xbox, and they are confirming that the game will release tomorrow at 12 PM Eastern, 5 PM UK time, 9 AM PDT time, and in Australia it's probably about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, depending on what side you live on. Now, of course, other people have tried doing this and trying to get a roundabout way to get these details, and this is originally how we got the date of the 21st. It was pretty much the support. So there's understandable skepticism that actually they're just scraping the internet, they're just pulling off the dates. Everyone's been talking about the week of the 21st, hence why it's now using that date. Which, to be honest, could be true. Like, even says it on their messages that they're not always 100% correct. But the fact that actually Detective Seeds has confirmed that release time and tomorrow alongside with XOX Leaks, I think it could be a real possibility that it does actually happen tomorrow and will be at the time stated. So what's the big hoo-ha about the Steam DB? It doesn't actually list the game, does it? It's an unknown app, but this is the one that everyone's referencing from XOX Leaks and stuff. It's actually been there since September 2023. That was the original year that it was meant to have come out. It's not unusual, game developers do this all the time. They'll upload just a store page to get it ready for the actual build of the game eventually. It's had a bunch of updates for its history in the last few days. And again, this can be everything from, as we saw when they removed the trailer from the original Oblivion Game of the Year Deluxe Edition and changed some other game trailers for their other games, but never actually put back the trailer for that. Supposedly a marketing tactic, so people basically only come up with the trailer for the new version, which really entices people to go maybe find it. People saying this game is just massive. Yep, it's gone up from like 6 GB for the original to 120. That's how big Unreal Engine is making these games. Now, Unreal Engine 5 is meant to help with shortening games, but definitely with games like Ark. I noticed it with Nightingale, some other games as well, like even Dune Awakening, which I'm playing at the moment. They're all chunky boys. They're all well into the 70 to 100 kind of GB. Avowed was something like 80 as well. And yet things are lining up in other places as well. On Twitch right now, there is a listing for the Elder Scrolls 5 Oblivion Remastered. It's got its own category. I've seen a bunch of messages and tweets showing this as well. Again, it might only be in certain countries, or actually might have been removed now, because I tried looking and I couldn't find it, but I have seen like at least 4 or 5 different screenshots showing this. In actual fact, this has been something that's been going on all day long, talking about this was actually appearing on Twitch. And late yesterday or last night, it was also found that if you put in the right kind of URL, you actually come up with a bunch of stuff, again, tied to the Virtuous site. These are the guys that have been leaking a bunch of this stuff over the years, and they're the ones that have remade Oblivion from the ground up, supposedly, even though it's technically called a remaster. And again, this has been confirmed a bunch of different times. If you put this in, it comes up with different languages, you translate languages, and then it talks about actually how their success story of making this game. So they're going to clearly have a big article spread, bigging up the fact that they've managed to do this technical achievement. There's also been some deep dive interviews done with some of the directors of the company, and one of them does state that they are working on an announced project. It's a remake, and they try and keep to the core values of the game, etc, etc. Now, supposedly, again, this is only done with Bing search site. If you try it with Gmail or Google, it won't necessarily work. You may have to inspect the element and all this nonsense. But yeah, plenty of Reddit links and stuff like that. You can go and check it out. It's like plastered all over gaming leaks and news. And lastly, there's a bunch of key reseller sites now starting to list Oblivion. Now, this one I would definitely take with a pinch of salt if this was the only ever leak or thing we'd ever seen. It's well known that these guys put placeholders down for a whole bunch of unreleased games or games that might be coming out in the future but don't actually currently exist for sale. Obviously, just want traffic going to their sites, and when people do decide to go and buy a key, it will pop up first. But still, with all the other information, then again, it's just more confirmation. And there's a few other key sites as well where it's appearing. So a real kind of whirlwind day of all sorts of information, and yes, a bunch of that has come from Twitter and Reddit combined, and you can believe, not believe, whatever you want, but after all the other previous leaks, after everyone in the industry is really stating this is happening, it's happening. Whether or not it would happen tomorrow, like I've been saying, again, basing that on the fact from the original Xbox support AI bot that was replying to someone, I think it's really plausible. I think there's a reason why Detective Seeds stated Monday the 21st, the week beginning. At the very least, we should see a trailer drop, and then maybe it says it's going to come out a couple days later. And if this is all somehow news to you, like you've not heard about any of this and you're wondering where it's come from, go and catch up with my Everything You Need to Know video, where I broke down every leak that we've seen, all the current information. My gosh though, this game needs it. Like, I've been live streaming it and I'm definitely falling for more of its charms now, because at first I was like, bruh, this game feels old. I've never been into Oblivion, I was definitely more into Skyrim. But once I got into it a bit more, stood out to use control scheme and understand how it works, and then went and adjusted the difficulty, because man, Oblivion is tough. I was having a much better time, and I finally managed to explore one of the Oblivion gates. So I can't wait to see what this is going to look like on obviously brand new upscaled engine and stuff. Yes, hopefully maybe the colours won't be as muted as people fear, but I still think it's going to be pretty vibrant in many ways, and there's no way anyone can say this looks better. Like, sure, nostalgia wise, and it fits the time and it looked great back in the day. And I've heard all the arguments from the people in my streams telling me that quests were better and stuff, and yeah, probably I remember Skyrim kind of being a bit dry, but mechanically Skyrim was always a better game, so I'm hoping it is leaning towards that. Otherwise, Sky Oblivion does exist. I probably haven't spoken enough about that, only maybe a couple times. That's the fan-made remaster that's been in progress for like 10 years, basically making Oblivion but in Skyrim. So you'll play Skyrim, you'll download the Oblivion mod, and you get to experience Oblivion, but with pretty much the Skyrim mechanics and systems. Anyway, I'll be here tomorrow. I might even pop up a live stream countdown, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully build up some hype, and as soon as it's ready and available, I'll download it, play it, stream it, and do some videos for you guys. So fingers crossed, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, come back to the video and tell me it didn't. But let's see what happens. 5 PM UK time, 12 PM EST, 9 AM PDT time, and some damn time in the early morning in Australia. Laters, ratbags.